Hello, Mark Levin Show. An Israeli source confirmed to the Times of Israel that the Israeli government will be using you and other right-wing media figures to try and influence the president's deal. Can you confirm or deny this? And the quote that he highlights is, he plans to use media figures, to talk about Netanyahu, such as Fox News, Mark Levin, and pro-Israel politicians to get his message across to Trump. In other words, everything I've been saying to you is true. That, yeah, these people are essentially foreign assets or spies, however you want to view it. And this is where it gets glorious, because he called out by name one of the guys that I have suspected all along is on the payroll when he says he's quoting Eyal Yacobi. Yeah, that guy, one of the four that I debated in the walkaway debate. And he says, you told me yesterday that you participate in sub-paid campaigns. A lot of your posts today look very similar to the content I know other influencers were paid to share about the situation in the UK. And I agree that's an important issue worth raising awareness about. The migrant rape issues in the UK is terrible and it must be stopped. That said, I'm having trouble believing that all of your criticisms of Vice President Vance and President Trump and the Iran deal are completely organic. Maybe they are. Who knows? They're not, because they're not organic. If I had enough room behind my desk right now, I'd do a little spin in my chair so I could do a victory lap. Little spinny victory lap. Told you. I fucking told you. I told you that this is how this works. These people are on a foreign government's payroll. How is that not illegal? How does that not make them foreign spies? I don't know. Obviously, there's cutouts and all sorts of BS laws that are different for Israel versus every other country. But I'm telling you, folks, from Brad Parscale to almost every other prominent influencer, almost every single one of them is taking money to pay to post. And I'll tell you, the only reason you don't hear this from all of your favorite commentators is because almost all of them are doing the same thing. Now, that doesn't mean that they're all on the pro-Israel payroll. There are lots of payrolls from private companies and all sorts of other business industries. Obviously, there are just pro-MAGA, pro-America type of paid propagandists too. In fact, I think some of them are actively boosting J.D. Vance right now. And honestly, I'd be surprised if there aren't a handful that are on other foreign payrolls for, I don't know, Qatar or whatever, which is constantly alleged. I don't know that for a fact. I've never seen any evidence of it. But the point in saying all this is that most people can't talk about this because they're just not clean. I have told you guys repeatedly, I've been offered money countless times to post on behalf of products and all sorts of stuff. Never on behalf of Israel. They know I would never do that. But this is such a common practice that most political commentators or influencers or whatever you want to describe us as, they can't talk about it because they're not clean either. So even though they probably find it reprehensible that there are people who are spinning stuff on behalf of a foreign government for money, they can't really stand on business and say, look how fucking disgusting. Look at these unbelievable sellouts, because they know they've sold out too.
Great podcast. Clint is tight.